Hello, welcome back to GP's Odds and Ends. Jessica here. So I need to do a new set of nails. So I'm going to do I guess a Valentine's, or a rather Anti Valentines themed set. So I'm using At Midnight from iGel Beauty. And that's going to be on all of my nails. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time showing the dip powder process. I have other videos that go through all of that. I am using my Cascade Colorworks. I do need to look into getting some new liquids as well. Cascade closed their business, so I'm gonna have to get some liquids from someplace else. But I'm doing my regular dip powder process. I did two to three layers of the black, just depending on how opaque it ended up being on each nail. But again, I'm just going to do this one nail, and then I'll come back and all of them will be finished, because I'm doing the same exact thing on every single nail. So nothing out of the ordinary. So here we go. They are all done. I did not file or anything. I didn't even put activator on yet at this point, so that's going to be our next step. So that's going to harden that dip powder so that you can go in and file and buff and shape and do all of those things that you need to do. So I'm doing that off camera as well, because I want to get into the nail art. Alright, so after filing and shaping and everything like that, now you'll see that there's kind of some red all over my paper towel there. I was trying to do something a little bit different. I was trying to do kind of a layered, but the red doesn't really show up over the black dip powder, so I'm just going to be using the white. So this is kind of an Valentine's theme, because I'm using kind of some skulls and I have a little plate that has some broken hearts on it. So that's kind of that anti-Valentine's Day type of theme. So I'm just going to stamp like I normally would. I'm going to put the sticky base coat on whatever nail it is that I'm working on. Let that dry just for maybe 10 to 20 seconds or so. You don't want it to completely absorb into the dip powder. You want it to still be sticky enough for the stamp to transfer. And then I'm just picking up some of those skulls. Now the stamp that I'm using is like a full nail of, it would cover your whole entire nail with the skull. So I'm just kind of using my lint roller there to kind of carefully remove what I don't want, so that I just have one or two skulls, depending on what I want to do for each nail. So I'm just kind of carefully removing the pieces or the parts that I don't want to put or to transfer over to my nail. So this first nail is going to be a couple of skulls. And then you always want to make sure that you clean off your stamping plate with acetone to remove that stamping polish. I was thinking about just doing that one nail, but then I decided to go ahead and put some more stamps on all of my nails. Just so I really have that kind of white and black on all of the nails, but that anti-Valentines. So this is the little stamp that I have that has the broken hearts on the top there. There's like a little crack down the middle of the heart. So I'm going to start pulling some of the hearts from here and placing those on my nails as well. So I will go ahead and just be quiet for a little bit so you can watch the stamping process. And if I need to chime in on anything, then I will do that. Alright, so I ended up removing the stamp that I tried to transfer on that nail because I didn't quite let that sticky base coat dry enough so the stamp didn't transfer over correctly. So I had to kind of wipe that off, reapply the sticky base coat, and let that dry enough so that it can transfer. So it's kind of a tricky process of knowing when to kind of transfer over, especially over the dip powder, because the dip powder does not have any kind of tackiness to it at all. It's completely smooth. So you need that sticky polish, but again, you need to let it dry enough that the stamp transfers over, but not so much that it's absorbed into the dip powder and it won't transfer over. So it's really just kind of catching that at that perfect time. Alright, so I've cleaned up my table a little bit, so now what I'm going to do is apply this smudge-free top coat over all of the nails. So you could do this a couple of different ways. I'm going to do 2 layers of this, and it ended up being shiny enough that I didn't feel like I needed to go any further. You could also top this with gel top coat. You just want to be careful that you're carefully running or you have enough product on your brush that it doesn't drag across the stamp and then end up smearing or smudging it. I have done that in the past, but I can't really use the gel products any longer directly on my nails. So that is another option. You could also do this smudge-free top coat and then go in with a layer of your dip powder base coat and clear to kind of cap everything in clear. You'd probably need to go in and maybe do a little bit of filing or buffing. Again, use your activator and all of that, so you could still do another layer of dip powder on top of the stamps. You just want to do the smudge-free top coat first. So I'm going to let that dry completely, and I'm going to clean up the desk a little bit again, and then I will use some cuticle oil to re-nourish my skin. I really love how these turned out. I think it's really kind of cute, the little skulls and the hearts, and really does kind of say Anti Valentines Day with the broken hearts and the skulls and everything. So I think it came out pretty cute. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So I'm just going to go ahead and rub in the cuticle oil so my skin and my cuticles are nice and hydrated again. But I will have just a regular Valentine's theme nail coming up as well, so I'm not gonna do just the anti-Valentine's Day. I wanted to do a couple of Valentine's type manis for you before Valentine's Day. I know I haven't been doing a whole lot of nails, but things change, so there will be some more nail content coming, but please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I love hearing from all of you. And until next time, bye for now.